It is day 9 of my keto journey, and I have to say, I'm honestly feeling really good. I expected the keto flu, which is headaches, low energy, feeling gross as my body switched from burning carbs to burning fat. But surprisingly, none of that hit me too hard. And if you know me, you know that headaches are usually the first thing that show up when something's off. So this already feels like a win. Let's dive into what's been working, what I'm still figuring out, and why I'm sticking with it, even if it's not perfect. Hi, I'm Krysta, and I help adults clear eczema and psoriasis using food as medicine and highlighting the mind-body connection so that you can take your life off hold and live your dreams. And my approach goes far beyond just the nutritional aspect because I know that everything is connected. And if you want to discover your number one obstacle to clearing eczema or psoriasis and the specific solution for your results, just go to www.KrystaHarcus.com/quiz. So far, I'm staying pretty on track. And the first 6 days, I actually hadn't even gone grocery shopping yet, which meant I had to work with what I had, but I was still committed. When I made the decision to do this, I didn't say, maybe next week when I'm more prepared. I just got started. Now that I've finally stocked up on some better food options, I feel like I can really lean into this next phase, especially with food prep and experimenting with some different recipes, which I'll be starting to share next week. I did have a Starbucks drink on Sunday though, but I kept it as low carb as I could because some of those drinks can have over 60 grams of carbs. So even that little treat was intentional. Like I always say, progress over perfection. It's not about being perfect. So now let's talk about the biggest hurdle that I've faced so far, eating enough. Between lunch and dinner, I get really hungry, and by bedtime, I'm kind of starving. Even though I finish dinner around 7 p.m., which is the end of my intermittent fasting window. And of course, I know this is not sustainable long term. So this week, I'm going to prep some keto-friendly snacks. I used to make no-bake protein balls all the time, so I'm going to experiment with some keto versions. I also found a recipe for almond flour flaxseed muffins. I know, sounds exciting. I'll definitely be modifying those. Maybe I'll add some dark chocolate chips or do a zucchini chocolate version with cocoa powder. That one's calling my name. I'm also still noticing I'm not getting enough protein, which has been a theme since day one. It's so easy to assume we're eating enough protein, especially when we're eating clean, but tracking shows the truth. And I'm hoping these snacks will help to balance that out too. And who knows, maybe my body just doesn't love low carb, but that's what I always tell my clients. You have to be the detective. Pay attention, experiment, keep what works, and let go of what doesn't. Back when I was eating clean before, I was mostly following a paleo-style approach. So keto isn't completely foreign, but it's definitely a shift. And I'll be honest, I'm not expecting overnight results. We often give up on something way too soon that could have worked beautifully if only we'd stayed with it a little longer. So I'm staying curious, I'm staying consistent, and I'm giving my body the time and support it needs to respond. So that's my update for week 2, feeling good, learning a lot, and staying open to the process. I'll be back next week with what I'm eating, how I'm tweaking things, and maybe even some taste tests of those muffins if they turn out okay. If you're on your own healing journey with eczema or psoriasis, don't forget to take my 2-minute quiz to figure out your biggest obstacle to how to move forward with clarity. Just go to www.KrystaHarcus.com/quiz. I'll see you next week. And remember, progress over perfection always. Be sure to keep an eye out next week for my keto update. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you in the next one.